Hey, welcome back. For those interested in skipping past anything I have to say, timestamps are in the description box below for the Oracle and the Tarot. I don't know why I do that. For those that are new to the channel, hi, thanks for stopping in. I hope that you find an answer that you're looking for. If you're not familiar with how I read, if this is the first time you're to the channel, I can speak. If it is the first time to the channel, then there is an intro video, like an intro to me and how I read, that's somewhere in the playlist videos area, something. For those that have been to the channel before, there's some astrology stuff, so if you don't want to hear it, definitely skip ahead. I understand, trust me. But I do want to talk a little bit about it because it's pretty impactful. This is high level. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not going to pretend to be one. There's so much that goes into it. I can't even, maybe one day. I could totally see it one day, like learning more and more. And I feel like as I go, I learn more and more. But there's some really great astrologers out there. Check out the subscriptions portion of this channel. There's who I consider the best of the best. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The astrologers that are listed on there, I would listen to them before listening to me, honestly. So I'm just going to give you the high level. But we have some important things that are going on that literally just happened yesterday. Neptune officially is in Aries. Some of you may have felt kind of this immediate, like, whew, an awareness, almost like coming out of the fog into the fire. That's what's happening. Others, it may take a little longer. It just depends on where Aries is in your chart, how Neptune and you jive. I mean, it's just, there's variables to it. But so you have the full moon also this weekend on Sunday. I don't know what time specifically, but for here in the United States, February 1st, full moon in Leo. Then you have Saturn. We're getting closer and closer and closer to Saturn moving into Aries, out of Pisces. This is also big. And these are once in a lifetime changes because you got to remember, like, Neptune is every 14 years. So the next time it's back in Pisces or Aries, like, we're not going to be here. And then the same for Saturn. It's major, like how the changes that it creates. Okay. So as of yesterday, for Neptune, out of the dreamy or foggy, Pisces energy and into the warrior doing the thing energy, Aries, right? So perhaps you've got a surge and like spiritual activism. There's a lot of things going on in the world. I try not to listen to the news ever. When I do, it just really, 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 really brings me down. So that's my personal choice. You do you. But you may be not only seeing it, but feeling this surge of spiritual activism. And then on the other hand, you could be feeling some more confusion. That's part of the transition. And we got a long time to sit in this energy, right? So again, the transition may not be immediate. And then with Sunday, the full moon being in Leo, you're going to have a kind of heart check moment. You might be having it now. You might be having it especially after. Full moons can, depending on where Leo is in your chart, so especially for those that are Leo sun or Leo moon or Leo rising, this is going to be a big one. The heart check moment is like you're being asked, are you being authentic or are you performing? And you've got to be real, not only with yourself, but those around you. I mean, this is big. So especially, well, I'll get into it. Anyway, Saturn then getting closer to the shift, moving into Aries is more fire, obviously. And this is like now, or well, it will be. So that's around February 13th. That's the official Western astrology, by the way. So It'll be taking us out of healing. The Saturn has been working on like looking inward, introspection, and healing the things. It'll be taking us out of that and into a different kind of action, which is requiring structure and accountability. And what that means is like this is the time to build the foundation for your new identity, because you are absolutely going into a new identity. So, then I wanted to talk about like, what does this mean for each sign? So this is high level sun sign impact about these things. Okay. These things that are happening. And this is just these three. I mean, there's all this other stuff that's been happening and is happening as well. So for Aries, again, high level, you're looking at rebirth. This is like ground zero of change. You're shedding your old skin and you're becoming your spirit warrior, because this is Aries energy. Taurus, soul searching. This is hitting 12th house. You might find that you're a little bit more quiet and internal. Focuses on home and family, releasing emotional baggage, not yours, like other people, emotional baggage, not carrying it anymore. Gemini, bringing in the mental clarity. You've got I think it's hitting your third house of communications, or specific to communication. Saturn will also demand that you pick a project and commit to it, like now. And Cancer, self-worth highlighted right now, finances highlighted, and you're probably asking or will ask, am I being paid what I'm worth? And you're going to really look at that and maybe make some changes there. Neptune is pushing you into management mindset, right? Like higher level. Leo, moving into the spotlight. This is your full moon. It's your full moon. If you're a Leo sun or a Leo rising, this is yours. Moment of deep personal realization. And you're deciding and removing parts of your mask, or several masks if you wear several masks, so that the real you can lead. You're having your own shedding moment, and you're allowing the real you. This is remember, are you being authentic or are you performing? And for a Leo, this is absolutely getting rid of some things so you can be the authentic Leo that you are. For Virgo, it's a spiritual reset. I feel like we're always I'm a Virgo sun. I feel like we're always in a spiritual reset. Always looking and expanding. We're counter to Pisces, and yet so there's this, for whatever, it's the most water sign that's not a water sign, and it's total like Pisces energy, the way we function, I swear. But spiritual reset, finishing up a long cycle of service, and this full moon says rest. By mid-February, you'll start to deal with like shared resources and legacy. So how that impacts you personally, like that could be with like immediate family members, like siblings, parents, things like that. It could be emotional, romantic. It could be in the job situation itself, maybe like how you leave your legacy, what you're doing to make your own mark in that sense. But Libra, you're getting a social filter, meaning not that you're going to filter yourself, but that you're going to start seeing through people's bullshit and gaining, a knowing of who's really in your corner. So this is especially with your one-on-one partnerships. And they're going to be perhaps tested when Saturn moves into that Aries energy. And what the result's going to be is only your real relationships are going to survive. And that's a good thing. It sounds scary, but that's a good thing. Your real people will be there. Scorpio, it's all about public image as your focus right now. Career is under Leo spotlight, and a major project can peak by mid-February. You'll probably feel a push to bring more discipline to your daily health and physical routines, especially. That's okay. That's not a bad thing either. Sagittarius, you're seeking truth above all. You'll be speaking your truth and without a filter. Both Neptune and Saturn are going to be sparking your creative side, but this time with a purpose. So kind of like a heart center, spirit-led creativity. You may find that you're more drawn to tarot right now, or what's the word? Esoterical? I think I'm saying that right. and maybe even like diving deeper into a faith, but from a creative side, because this is the spirit warrior, right? This is the activation. So, but it's creativity with purpose. Capricorn, you're having a fundamental shift. It's specific in your foundation. You're moving from focus on others to focus on home, highlighting intimacy, especially, and shared finances. Could be a literal and figurative timestamp of like a 2.5-year home renovation. So starting or coming, like finally being done, but it's a total focus on your foundation and what makes your home. Aquarius, you'll be seeing mirrors everywhere, highlighting relationships and how you actually impact others. So this is what we mean by mirrors. You're looking at yourself. Everywhere you go, you're looking at yourself. How are you impacting these people, these situations, socially especially? And then around 217, I think it is 217, there's the eclipse in your sign. And this is going to mark a major reset for you. Pisces, you're handing it all over to Aries, obviously. So the full moon in Leo, however, tells you it's time to get your dreams into reality and to get grounded. So you're going to be focusing on that, focusing on being grounded and making your dreams reality. If you have Pisces in your chart, and depending on where Pisces is, for all these signs, wherever these signs are in your chart, that's how it's going to be highlighting even the most in those areas, okay? So collectively, the fog is lifting. Some are going to experience this quicker than others, pending the placements. Fire swooping in, and we're beginning to build dreams, not just have them. This is important. Now, the good news for those that have just listened to that high-level astrology, here's your sign. I did not do word meditation today. So we're just going straight into from that to the oracle. I don't know if you like the word meditation or not, but if you don't, then you're relieved, I guess. I didn't do it mainly because I felt like the astrology, every now and then the astrology kind of trumps it. It is the guiding light for what's about to come out in the reading. And I think, Spirit tells me what to do. You can also do like a semi-deep dive with how these movements are impacting your specific birth chart. I highly recommend getting your birth chart done. If you know the birth date, I hope you know your birth date. Not everybody does, though, believe it or not. Everybody's got a different story. If you know your birth date and the birth time and the location, then you can get a pretty decent chart. And you can get them for free. There's some really good sites out there. I do not recommend apps at all. Okay? And there's not an app for everything. I have gone to some of the apps, and they may say things in such a way that explain stuff, and you're like, oh, I can understand this, and it gives me the daily this and the daily that. But when you go and compare the chart that you have done in the app to other sites that have been doing this for a very long time, you will see some huge differences. My recommendation is if you have access to the internet, and if you're watching YouTube, I would assume you have access to the internet, use your basic AI. If you have Google, Gemini's right there. Use it. Say, this is my birth information, right? If you're not scared to do such a thing. Here's my birth information. I would like to find the best, most reliable website to get a free birth chart. Let it do its thing. And you'll probably see one that pops up the most, which has the words cafe and astrology. That's all I'll say. But get it done And then do your deep dive, use Gemini again, even on the basic search engine. You don't have to pay for it, and say, hey, here's my birth chart. I want to know about the things that are happening in the sky from an astrological perspective, and how this is going to impact me personally. Not just my sun sign, but me as a rising sign, as my moon, whatever. And how is this going? How do I need to move with this? Or how can I work with the energy that's coming in? And it will take from all the resources out there. And it'll give you a pretty good high level. Here's what to do, what to look for, what not to do. Take that and the guidance from the tarot, if it's your story. And by the way, if it's not your story, don't try and make it fit. And you'll be surprised. Use the tools available to you. Whoa. Okay. I feel like these are important. Sorry. I'm only going to take the ones on top. We're going to do this. So you have coming together. And I'm going to take that. There's a cat running around like she's crazy. I hope you don't like cats. I apologize. And we're not going to do the angels and ancestors today. We're just going to do Journey of Love. This is how they came out. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. 47, which is what? 11. 66, which is a 12 and a 12. 3 and a 3. Depending on how you look at them. These numbers are important to you. You might want to pay attention. So this is 47. A sanctuary bathed in soft light. Your heart is receptive, inviting, and gentle. It brings strength to the weary, comfort to the lonely, and healing to the wounded. It is a magnet for all that is needed, for you, your beloveds, your world. Don't imagine you must always be the fighter, going against the part of your nature that longs for harmony and peace. This is your time to be soft, to surrender, to let the subtle waves of the heart invite love in and to receive. In doing so, you will give so much. This oracle brings you a message of peace. Surrender now. Be soft. Even just for this moment of quiet reflection, you have perhaps been working too hard at growing and living. Take some moments to replenish and allow the divine to help you, dear one. Be soft so you are receptive to the divine. It is when we let go that we truly perceive the obstacles that lie between us and oneness with the divine lover. Let go and perceive that the divine lover is already awakening in your heart. Soft. And then we have 66 coming together. So be soft. Allow love in. And then you and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is a karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness that is sexual. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning self-esteem or courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You are going to be moved by love. Whether it is a long-term or fast and furious, it is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is and do not try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as do you. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. Be soft. Allow love in. This is destined, a karmic destiny. And then we have 12, the initiation. You are being touched by a wave of your own light and motion. Can you feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you in an upsurging wave of love? Let me try that again. Can you feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you in an upsurging wave of love? This is your own pure divine nature. You can choose to empower another as the carrier of your own divinity, of course. And sometimes, if you are not quite ready to recognize your own divine essence, this needs to be. Yet at any moment, you can choose to recognize that it is you who are initiating yourself into love, that you are the being of light, the divine, that is drawing you forward into yourself. At any moment, you can choose to recognize yourself. Will this be such a moment? This oracle, holds a message for you. There are many teachers on this path, some humble, some wise, some great companions on your life journey, and some who will enter in and out of your life quickly, perhaps imparting a helpful word or teaching you a more challenging lesson about trusting and relying upon your own wisdom. The greatest teacher, however, is life itself. You can trust in your own experiences and know that it is the divine spark within you, the life within you, that is the one true teacher who carries you home in awakened reunion with the divine. So, some of you may have already met this person. Some of you are getting ready to meet this person. But there's someone that you need to be open to. And I think what you're being told here is the moment that you are good with yourself, and that may be the work that you've been doing for a long time, loving yourself, believing in yourself, recognizing what you have to offer, is when this love is going to come flooding through. Flooding. I do not want to do this tonight. I do feel like we're going to see, what card? That's only this. Decisions. We're going to do Grand Lux tonight. We're going to start with that. Oh, I'm going to move my tea so I have more room. Okay. I got some feelings. The Death card has been pretty strong. Transformation. These changes that have been taking place. Someone is super sensitive to the energy. I think we're going to be seeing the 8 or 9 of Swords. It's a paranoid kind of energy that you're feeling like something major is about to happen, hence the Death card. Perhaps I think this is like a world or Wheel of Fortune moment too, a cycle ending and a cycle beginning. We'll see what comes out, but I just got a feeling. There's definitely, as we're now starting into this Aries energy with forward thinking of the Aquarius energy, that, Venus and Mars are both in Aquarius. So, yeah, the Star, I keep seeing the 5 of Cups surrounded by those swords. Someone worried. Worried about what you're letting go isn't going to give you what you want to receive. This is why you're being asked to be soft right now. And to know that it is all coming together as it's supposed to. Divinely ordained. So we might see the Hierophant. Spirit, what messages do you have for the person who is allowed to receive them and should receive them, that will help guide them on their journey, especially as we go into these changes, or as these changes are taking place? That's a lot. I'm just going to take the one on top. I feel like, okay. I'm going to try not to do this tonight if it's meant to come back out. King of Cups, it did not flip over. The Six of Swords did, however. Moving forward. This is somebody, this is, to me, this is kind of that paranoid energy. Like, am I going in the right direction? You see it? Looking for that harbor, that shore. I feel the sword strong. And there's the World card. From the Six of Swords to the World, this is like, I heard release or relief. It could be relief. Release or relief. Six of Swords to the World. Worried that you're not going to get there, that this beginning, this ending, or this beginning, feeling like you can almost touch it. There's the Star. That's big. Wish fulfillment. There's a lot of trust. This be, I mean, the Oracle, I think, is absolutely on point. The be soft, coming together, self-initiation. You need to trust right now, especially. Divinely guided here. I heard it's been a long journey. It's been a long year. You just started. Those are meant to come back out. Let them come back out, please, Spirit. Okay. No. Two of Cups. This is two merging into one here. Coming together. Coming together. Oh, that's funny. Whoa. There's the Three of Swords. So it's definitely a healing energy. It didn't turn over, so I'm not going to take it. Listen, I've been having a talk with Spirit. King of Wands. Some healing, perhaps, that had to take place first. The World, the Star. I almost feel like this is like an explosion, not a literal explosion, but like a maybe the I don't want to keep saying aha moment, but it's something to do with this. Like a sudden realization that ends and begins everything. King of Wands. Also action-oriented. That begins and ends everything. A moment, wow. The Hierophant was in there. I'll show you, but it didn't turn over. So if it's supposed to come out, it will. Seen it happen. No. The moment that begins or ends and begins everything. Like the Big Bang is what I'm hearing. But it's not that. It's not on a... I mean, it could be. No, it's not on a universal scale. That's not what I'm saying. This is about for a specific person. It's like they're... Wow. Okay. Ten of Cups on the other side. Okay. The cards are a flying justice. I'm going to need you, Spirit, to help me rein it in here. Queen of Pentacles. All right, truth. So this big bang, an explosion that ends and begins everything for this King of Wands, okay? Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. From the Ace to the Two, I think this is an understanding that for this King of Wands energy, like almost like a finally can trust, like knowing, like I know and now I can trust myself. Researching, doing the work, like I'm here to make sure you get it right. Make sure you get it right this time. Make sure you get it right this time. Wow. Okay. Nine of Cups. And it's coming right under the star. Wish fulfillment, wish fulfillment. That's a confirmation right there. And then you have Knight of Wands. Taking action, moving things forward. This is under the Two of Cups. I don't actually read that way, but it has become more and more like a lot of confirmations. None of these flipped over, so I'm just making sure they're in the right. Although I do see the Five of Cups. But more and more, there are messages that are coming. The world down into work. It could be someone is quitting and or about to begin a new job, like a literal job. Seven of Swords. This Knight of Wands to the Seven of Swords, wish fulfillment and things like that. This could be somebody who's like, I mean, it could be somebody who's a player or has player energy. I hate to say, like fuck boy. Sorry. And especially underneath the King of Wands, like the Knight, there's this angle here. King of Wands into the Knight, and Knight into the King of Wands with the Seven of Swords. And that Seven of Swords, I mean, he's sneaky. He's deciding if he's going to get those two swords that are left there. But he also has a purpose that if he removes these, I mean, this takes the swords out of the hands of the soldiers. Like, the smoother sailing, like no more fighting, that kind of thing. But he's sneaking off in the dead of night, right? He's doing this in the middle of the night. Is he stealing? Is he being deceptive? Is he, is he lying? Or is he getting the hell out of there and taking all that he can carry? Which is kind of how I typically see this Seven of Swords. You leave everything else behind and take only what you can carry. This could be escapism is what I heard. Whoa. Escapism. Having to escape. And there's the Hierophant. I told you, if it's meant to come back out, it will. Sneaking out of a marriage. Escaping a marriage. This could be, we'll see. I'm going to say yeah. See what else comes up. This could just be legal and trying to get out of legal action. I do not recommend that. There's devil energy. So this is this could be about a third party situation. I'm just going to say it. With the 7 to the Hierophant, to the devil. That was a Knight of Swords. To the Ten of Cups. Could also be about a very, very passionate affair. The World, the Eight of Coins, Ten of Cups. What's needing to be done to get to this point. It could be literally like a very passionate, especially thinking about the Oracle. Three of Wands and the High Priestess. They didn't turn over though. Is that it? All right. Wow. Okay. It's the sound effects for me. You're welcome. Eight of Cups to the Page of Swords. Somebody's leaving. Somebody's leaving something. Okay. Somebody's leaving something. Now, it doesn't have to be marriage. It could be a career. There's the Eight of Pentacles here going towards your wish fulfillment. You may have to do this in a very strategic, covert kind of way. And covert works. That's the word that came to my brain. So that may very well be the case. It could be something that you felt like you couldn't get out of before. And you're like, literally, come hell or high water, you're going after your Ten of Cups. And then you got Eight of Cups. You could be walking away from that. What you thought was Ten of Cups, what you once saw as like, this is my wish fulfillment, and you're like, no, not anymore. And then you've got the Page of Swords, which is another truth teller, right? Like this is like an ace, but also it's a cautiously optimistic moving forward. Going after that Eight of Cups, there's definite movement here. Definite movement here. Going after your wish fulfillment. The Star, the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Cups. The World, the Eight of Coins, Ten of Cups. You know, like this is, wow. Yeah, okay, so the Three of Wands came back out. I'm only going to take this top. Three of Wands to the Eight of Wands. That's for, sorry. From standing still, waiting and watching, to moving forward. Communication about this. The King of Wands, Seven of Swords, Three of Wands. Figuring it out, how to do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. Ace of Swords, Hierophant, Eight of Wands. This is your truth. Anything else here before we clarify? I don't know that we need to clarify. Empress. Anything else? Ten of Swords. There's an ending. But it's also like healing. You know, the Empress is a very healing energy. Six of Cups. The pain of the past. Hermit. Anything? Let's clarify. Yeah. All right. don't have to keep you here all night for this. I'm gonna do it. I said I wasn't gonna use these cards, but I love them so much. It's the that I can't even remember the name of them. Wild Reflections. So Wild Reflections. I really want to know. I think this Ace of Swords, the King of Wands. What's this? What's this truth? That this King of Wands energy is now trusting. This King of Wands is now trusting. What's this truth? What is this truth, Spirit? This Ace of Swords. What's this truth? If the King of Wands is now trusting, tell me about this Ace of Swords, please. Wow, okay. The Hermit, which wanted to come out. So it's an internal truth, something that could be a fire sign dealing with an earth sign. Hermit is major arcana for Virgo. But what about this inner truth? The Ace of Swords. Give me one more, please. What is this truth? An inner truth, an inner... Okay, I got Queen of Swords and then the Ten of Swords that flipped over. The pain of it all? Working through the pain, having worked through the pain made you who you are. There's the Empress. So this truth is about, oh, I heard reverence. Having reverence for someone? Is that really? You see them in such a way. There is is that the right way? I mean, okay. Trusting your intuition, doing the work. What does it mean? Researching, journaling is what I heard. Sorry. And then there's the World and the Hangman. Like there's no more. You had to go within, get a new perspective, perhaps, and then like that's world. Okay, but what does this do? Oh wait, and then the Page of Swords again. It's almost like you're ready to defend this truth now. It's like whoever this reading is for, you came to this realization, okay? The Six of Swords, like you're a little paranoid about it. You're like standing up in the boat. You're looking for that shore, that harbor, whatever. Making sure like it's right there. And then there's this world, like an ending and beginning. And I say that because the World card and then the Star card. And then you got Two of Cups and it's a union. And it's like, okay, what's your truth about this union? And it's the Empress, the Hermit and the Empress. You had to go within to find it. And then the World again. And the Hangman. Like you had to look at things differently. You had to get all the views you could get. Six of Cups. Hold on. It didn't turn over. Okay, so then what's the Seven of the Swords? Seven of the Swords? What's the Seven of Swords here for? Damn it, and it's right beside the Hierophant, and it didn't flip over, but... Hierophant. But you see this? This is your truth. This is your inner knowing. This is Spirit giving you the answer. I'm taking it. Said I wasn't going to do it. I did it. Truth. Ace of Swords again. It's your truth. Spirit giving you the answer. Somebody had the aha moment of all aha moments. But I need to know what that Seven of Swords is for. Like, why the sneaking? Why the, like, is this an escape? Is this to get out? Is this deception? Is this really a devil? Or is this knowing? Well, it is a knowing. Spirit gave you the answer. That's confirmed with the Ace of Swords. But why the Seven of Swords then? Why the Seven of Swords? Wrong question, Spirit said. Wrong question. Okay, why the Devil card? Why the Devil card? Oh, to do the work. So, I mean, the devil can often be, well, it is an energy. This is all energy, right? Like, this is what we're interpreting the energies. Capricorn. Let's see if it'll confirm. You have Page of Wands, which is also like an Ace of Wands. Why the devil energy? Doing the work. You see the axe in the hand. You see the wood there, doing the work. Capricorn season, is that what you're telling me? This is a timing card. This is about the timing to do the work to reach your Ten of Cups. Whoa, or what you thought. There's the Three of Wands again. Page of Wands and Three of Wands. This could be about the, I mean, is this really about impatience? It could be the toxicity. And there's the Queen of Pentacles and Justice. There's a map on the bottom, sorry. Can you get, I need something more specific on this Devil card. Is this really about impatience? It could be, because this Three of Wands is sitting there waiting. They've already got the other person's cup ready for when the other person arrives. That kind of thing. Ten of Cups. But then you have the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So moving on, moving away, walking away. No, it's about the pay. I love it when it happens. This is really about the impatience. The timing. The timing. Somebody, I heard enough is enough. Seven of Cups, enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's time to go. Is that what I heard? Is that why the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups? Enough is enough. It's time to go. From Capricorn. Wow. King of Swords. Enough is enough. It's time to go. This is like the ultimate truth speaker. Truth sayer. Truth actor. Yep. Could be someone with heavy air and fire in their chart. We're also, you know, this Aquarius energy, this Leo full moon, this could absolutely be about timing of everything. And then there's your Knight of Cups. You thought we were playing chess. This is for all of it. This is for the real stuff. This is for heart. Look at that with that Strength card too, and you have the Hierophant and the Strength card again in the same reading. I love that because they mirror each other. For those who haven't seen it, you know what? I'll show you. I don't like to not touch the cards when we're in a reading, so I have to have them touching me somehow. This is a thing for me. Look at that. How beautiful is that? It's like they're connecting, but through different means. One is receiving answer from spirit, and the other one is allowing. It's allowing this masculine energy. It's allowing this bigger than life. It's allowing this danger. Danger, danger. Because, I mean, it's scary. It requires courage. There's your Five of Cups. Nine of Cups to the Five of Cups. This is like someone who's bringing in the healing. For the person who is not seeing the Two of Cups that's there. I heard wake up quickly. Nine of Swords. This wanted to come out earlier. Or did it come out earlier? No. I wanted to come out earlier. Quickly. Wake up. Ace of Cups. This is it. Wake up. Quick. New beginning. It can feel like the most beautiful, like a reminiscent, like a deja vu is what I heard. A deja vu. Like every moment that you have with this situation, this encounter, this person, I do believe this is about another person. It's like a recognition, a soul recognition. Oh, we have Six of Cups twice. I didn't even realize that. I just saw it. Yeah, it's a soul recognition. Perhaps some of you knew this person when you were younger. Perhaps, or perhaps you didn't, but it's like you did. Like you've always known them. Like you've always known them. And then there's the King of Wands again. This is for this masculine energy. And the Empress here. So this King of Wands. And I think the other night we had the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Wands, or maybe both. I don't know. But so it's funny. The storyline is a little bit different. Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups. That was my hand, not Four of Swords. Sitting back and sailing. It's like relaxing into it. The truth that the person came to, Ace of Wands and Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. The truth that someone came into, this explosion, this an Ace of Pentacles, which is what I thought that was. Yeah. Okay. Brand new beginning. This truth bomb that ended everything, and it ended and began everything. I don't know if that's right. I'm gonna say it now. The truth bomb that ended and began everything. This is something it's happening right now in real time. The star energy, this Aquarius energy. You have the Wands, the King of Wands especially, Leo, Sag, Aries. You have the Strength, that's Leo. This Leo full moon, blah, 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 blah. I can talk. This Leo full moon that's coming in. You have a lot of air. Again, Aquarius. The swords are real. I'm going to do one more thing. Sorry. Spirit, can we get whoever this reading is for, can we get it's like we've determined, I think, who the reading is for and what's going on and possibly about to happen. Can you give the advice? Ooh, can you give the advice for them along the way? Guidance, can we just get a few cards of guidance? What's the advice here, Spirit? What's the advice here, Spirit? Well, that was a quick drop. Try again. What's the advice here, Spirit? Balance is key. What's the advice here, Spirit? Two of Pentacles. That's not advice. From the Nine of Swords to the Six of Pentacles, balance is key. I mean, that actually might be it. If you want to release the demons in your head around this, am I doing the right thing? Is this for the right reasons? It is absolutely about reciprocity. It is absolutely, that's a minor for justice. That would be twice. There's Temperance again. This is the time. That might be the real question that you're going crazy. Like, is it now? Back and forth, back and forth. Nine of Swords. Six of Pentacles. You have to give. You have to give. Wow, that's way too many. You have to give. And receive. You have to, be open to receiving. And then there's the Lovers. This is why you're doing it. This is why you're doing it. Anything else? Advice. You have to be open to receiving. Rest. Rest. So, pray about it. Spirit is giving you the answer. Forcefully, almost. Five of Swords. Four of Swords to the Five of Swords. Rest and get ready for the fight. Or to end the fight. Three of Wands. Anything else, Spirit? Cautiously optimistic. Oh, that's a lot. Page of Swords. Knight of Wands. Five of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. What you're leaving behind, you're about to start your brand new beginning. Cautiously optimistic. Research. A lot of research has gone into this. This is what I'm feeling strongly. Knight of Wands. That's your action. That's your movement forward. That Three of Cups that's down, but the two that are up in this Five of Cups. And this is what gives you your new start. It's a new start. Anything else? So the advice is like, you've done the thing. You've done the things. You've done the research. The timing is now, because there's Seven of Pentacles with the Three of Wands, and then you got King of Cups now. You're being asked to trust your heart. Ten of Pentacles. There's the Star. Yeah. All right, that's all I got. It was a long one. I don't know. I feel like we went around in a circle. We went on a journey in this reading. I hope you got something out of it for whoever that was for. You got me. Have a good night.